with my arms raised and telling Jesus how much I love him, how much I appreciate him. And I thank him for our family, for, our church, our friends, for everything. And then I thought to myself, there's no way that I can express in words my appreciation for Jesus. Yes. And I just stood there for a minute, and I think he started talking to me. And these thoughts came to my mind. Said, I was there when you were born. I was with you when you took your first breath. I have loved you all of your life. Our God, the great God, the creator of the universe, knows us by name. Amen. He knows all about us, and he loves us. Amen. This is so great. Praise the Lord. Well, this has been such a sweet service, I'm afraid that I'm going to mess it up. And here's this gal taking pictures. A few years ago, I was in a fellowship meeting, and I listened to a woman as she read these words out of the Bible, Psalm 68:11. The women who proclaim a good tidings are a great army. And she said, if you were the devil, and you knew this was in the Bible, what would you do? Would you try to mess up women? And I really started thinking about that. If I were the devil, what would I do? To try to destroy homes and churches. And so I wrote this little booklet, If I Were the Devil. And that's what I'm going to share with you a little bit today, okay? Okay, I was intrigued with this thought.
Stand after me.
Stand.
Okay. But really an effort to destroy homes, destroy families. And some have even come out and said that, I have here, many colleges and universities convey the notion that the role of a wife and mother is passé, and to settle for such a role in life is to settle for second-class citizenship. So they really put down a woman who is a wife and a mother, and not educated and hold a position in a job or something like that. So anyway, I'm trying to come to this thought. It's a fact. There are forces out there in the world today that want to cripple and destroy our homes. These people are being driven by an evil force. They're militant in their demands, and we must be aware of that. In our day, we're seeing an all-out assault on the family, and it's coming from many different sources. We must be aware of these sources and wisely build a spiritual wall of protection around our family and build a strong base. We must be aware of the reason that Satan is working overtime to destroy our homes. There are two institutions who was not only ordained by God, but invented by him. And that's the marriage and the church. If he can destroy the families, if he can destroy marriage, then he can destroy the church. And we have to realize that's why he's working so hard in our homes, in our families. If families are out of order, then the church will be out of order. You know, who you are at home is really who you are. We can go to church, we can go to our jobs, we can put on a front, but who we are at home is who we are. And that's who God sees us as. Just as Satan began his attempt to massacre the plan of God in the garden, he approached Eve. And he is still using the same plan today. He is approaching women and causing us to become restless and dissatisfied with God's plans for us. He uses the strength of our emotions to do his bidding, to usurp God's planned authority, and to demand our own way. Perhaps if Eve would have discussed the temptation with Adam, he could have saved them and us a lot of trouble. But she didn't. She just made a decision on her own. And this error has continued to be practiced by many women today. If I were the devil, the next thing on my agenda would be not only trying to mess up women in the world, but I would look around in the church for special women of God who have special gifts and ministries. I would whisper in her ear and tell her how special she is and the special gifts and ministries that she has, and how she is being used of God. I would allow time for pride to work in her. Then I would suggest that she is so great and so used by God